All right, mate.
Yeah, that'll do.
Have you heard?
What?
Isn't it absolutely amazing?
What?
2015.
What?
Have you heard the news?
What news? What news?
It's shocking. To the 2015 selection election.
What about it?
All three of them.
Three of
All
what?
three
What?
of the main leaders of the main other three parties. You know what they did?
Cried?
Resigned. It's unheard of.
All three of them?
Yeah.
That'd make a great video, that would.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Bleep. Hi again, everyone.
Oops.
It's only us.
Shields down.
Shields down.
I was going to make a video, you know, about the election.
Selection. I think you got it right first time.
Yeah, I think so. I was going to say, well, all you that voted can't moan because you got exactly what you voted for. But then I realised that wasn't true.
Got what they voted for then? What was that?
Well, they voted for none of them. And so what they did is they fixed the votes so that one got in. And it could have been anyone, whoever they chose. And they chose because Cameron had done such a good job over the last 5 years.
Oh, yes.
Destroying the poor and destroying the NHS and destroying the country in general. He'll be the one to destroy it even further.
I reckon it might have been rigged.
Rigged? Rigged?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to say that?
Yeah, we can say anything we like.
Oh, okay.
It's still a free country. Oh dear, oh dear.
Well, now you mention the election, no, you were right first time. How do morons, illiterates, imbeciles and mental patients sign?
Oh, I would guess that would be with a X.
X marks the spot.
Oh.
Basically, this gives your rights to whoever to do whatever they like.
So everyone that put an X in a box
On the ballot.
a week ago.
Card
Was it a
sheet.
week? It's a week.
Yeah, about
yeah,
that.
about a week ago.
Last Wednesday, wasn't it?
Thursday.
Thursday.
So they're admitting that they're illiterate.
Oh, I didn't know that. So they can do what they like to us?
No, to them that voted, that said we're idiots. You can do what you like to us, and all those that didn't vote, you can't say anything. Well, actually, no. Whether you want to go down that route or not, all those that voted, regardless of who you vote for, because at the end of the day, whoever you vote for,
Her
the
Majesty's
same
government win.
get it every time.
And re is she. She must be obeyed.
So, if you voted, you can't have a moan about it. If you didn't vote, you absolutely can. Because we didn't.
That's turned the tables, hasn't it? Have you ever noticed that these so-called people that get elected into power, I thought they were our servants.
Ah, yes, but when you put your X in that box, you are transferring your power over to them, which is why we've been saying for a long time now, don't vote.
Did you hear that down the south, hundreds upon hundreds of thousands of ballot sheets had been stolen from vans or a van?
Well, and not just down south, there were two boxes went missing up in Nottingham, over on Bramcote Way. Yeah.
Anna Soubry's ward?
Well, possibly.
Roxtowe?
Yeah, that's the one.
Didn't they have the false seals on?
Yes.
You know,
yeah.
just the tie wraps, not the proper green seals.
So how do we reckon that it was fixed then? Bearing in mind there was hundreds of thousands of votes that went missing, allegedly.
Well, somebody sent us a report, didn't they? A woman, a nameless woman. And they explained that a lot of people going into polling stations thinking that they'd actually got a say in the up-and-coming government, which was
the illusion of choice.
the illusion of choice, where they'd had some choices removed where they could make their mark, imbeciles mark.
Oh yeah, what choices were they then?
They'd been removed. They'd removed Labour and the Liberal Democrats.
Oh right.
So to make it a con.
And I suppose what could also have happened is those hundreds of thousands that went missing, that anyone that had voted for anything other than what the I don't know what you call them things that are always there wanted, they just changed their votes and pretended those that had voted for anything what they didn't want were ones that went missing.
That's a democracy, isn't it?
Oh.
Demonocracy on the people, on the men and women. So it becomes a wave of power. I mean, basically, look at it like this. For the last 5 years, the so-called national debt. We called the Treasury and we asked what is the national debt, and they didn't have an answer. They didn't know what it was. This was about a year ago. And the question was, well, how can you reduce the deficit?
Just like
I looked up the word deficit. It says
Just like
deceit,
that.
just like that. What is it? Oh, we don't really know. How can you reduce it if you don't know what it is? Well, the wonderful Cameron, Osborne, and Boris and the thieves and lunatics have been in so-called power. You'd think it'd be halved, wouldn't you? He's doubled.
Well,
doubled trillions.
They must be doing a really good job elsewhere then. Like unemployment, they must be bringing that down.
Most definitely. But they just force people off there with credits and for other things. If you go and self-employed, we'll give you credits for this and credits for that, and it'll make our figures.
Oh, so all they're really doing is massaging the figures.
Yes,
massaging.
Right. So anyway, the beautiful, wonderful, fantastic gentleman, honourable man that he is, David Cameron. Sorry, I didn't mean to swear. What's he done for the country for the last 5 years?
Well, he's managed to destroy the health service and virtually privatise it. He's managed to make it so expensive to drive around that you no longer can.
Oh, that's not very nice.
He's managed to put certain, I can't even call them people because they're that low, into positions where they can then murder the disabled and the poor.
Oh, okay, so you'd want to vote for that, wouldn't you? Let me think. I'll get back to you on that one, but no, I don't think so. So anyway, also gone back into so-called power is Gideon Osborne. Calls himself George now. And there was a kid on TV that asked him a sum, and he said he doesn't answer mathematical questions.
6 times 7.
Yeah.
I don't
42.
do mathematical questions. I sometimes get them right.
There's a man that can't even pass an 11+ exam at a secondary school has been put in charge as High Lord Chancellor of the public purse. You'd vote for that, wouldn't you? Double the deficit? Triple the deficit, anyone? You'd vote for that, wouldn't you? Even quadruple the deficit. No, you'd definitely put an X in a box for that, wouldn't you? You see how hard it is to answer this question? Anyway, let's have a look who else has gone in the so-called cabinet. 20 people from Eton College.
Ah, Eton.
20.
And the Bullingdon Club, I guess.
So the Bullingdon Club are in charge again, are they?
You mean just like they were before, and before that, and before that?
So the Department for Work and Pensions, who's been put back in charge of that?
The murderer.
The mass murderer Ian Duncan Smith. You've had a go. You don't like this man, do you?
I don't mind him. I just don't like what he does.
So you'd want to vote for the next 5 years for a mass murderer, so people that are disabled can have their money removed from them, and that they can commit suicide. You'd vote for that, wouldn't you? No. Okay. Well, what would you vote as a conserve? Con is a deception to serve, by the way. Conservative. Labour's toil and trouble, and the Liberal will give you a little bit, but we'll keep the rest for ourselves. And it don't matter what colour you call yourselves.
So pretty much they all do the same thing anyway.
Yeah, whoever you vote for, government wins.
Yeah.
HM government. See, so all the crown and the queen. So you've got a wave of power that's going on here, which is now active. Right?
And how can you explain that more?
With pleasure. So with this wave of power, you've got energy, time, and money. Energy is current. Time is circulation. You know, the watch. Keep watching. Keep watching. Keep watching. So money is the currency. That's the wave of power which is active. So the illusion of truth, faith and belief. Truth is no thing. Faith is fear and belief is a lie. Of your mind, body and spirit. To control your mind, body and spirit. Yeah? The cults as harvests kill nature.
And this while we have a culture secretary.
Ah, secret airy.
Ah, yes. Yes, I've got a feeling you may know something about that word as well.
I did write something down about it. But where it is, I'm not sure, because I've written that much down in these books.
Round and round we go.
And where it stops, nobody knows. Keep watching. Anyway, that's about the election. I'd like to read a little something to you.
Right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Believe nothing. Don't believe anything you have read or been told unless it agrees with your own common sense and reasoning, even if we've said it. Yeah, do your research, look it up. Do you know that you can find out for yourself if you do some research into your own mind and ask yourself or your other selves questions? Have you noticed how negative other selves who walk the negative path, that give the illusion of service, don't seem to like to answer questions?
Yes.
You get question time, but no questions really get answered, and no questions really get asked.
Like where you asked Ozzy the 6 times 7 and he couldn't answer it.
You vote for that.
but rather than say, don't believe anything, another way of saying that, but with a more positive spin on it, is prove us wrong.
Yeah.
Prove us wrong.
Yeah, prove us wrong. We don't have all the answers to everything, so that's why we seek to know more by asking questions about all that is. You know, none of the information we give is an opinion or original as we seek to know what is really going on. If you believe, or you think, then have you been taught to think in a certain way to become a slave for someone else?
Slaves, yes.
Yeah, are you aware that we're not free?
Free?
But don't we as game players have free will?
What,
Then how happy do you want to be?
What do you mean, we're not free?
We're not free.
Uh-oh.
We have free will, but we're not free.
Oh, right, yeah, because if we were free, you couldn't get summons to a court. And if you were free, you couldn't get told, pay this.
Or otherwise you'll go to prison.
Yeah. And if you don't pay it, we're going to send the bruisers around to make you pay it.
We'll use force against you. So that's communism.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh, have you ever noticed it's in the towns and cities of England and Wales and Ireland, it says community protection. Community, you know where that comes from?
Go on.
Commune. And commune is communism.
Ah.
So it's become a totalitarian dictatorship, a state of mind, body and spirit to control over you.
Wow.
Did anybody notice that?
They slip things under your nose quite nicely, don't they?
Anyway, so that's our little video on the selection, or they called it election. Fair or unfair? Fair's to pay a price. You can't have fun unless you pay the fare. So are we all paying the price now?
Oh, we're about to.
Well, they're in power, aren't they?
Apparently so. Now they're above us because...
It's supposed to be our servitude.
Because you went and did that X. Sometimes you wonder why.
Shall we sign off? That's it for now, folks. See you soon. Well, see us soon anyway. We love you.
Debt Free TV, in association with GetOutOfDebtFree.org.